Precision measurement of the distance between 2 points on any surface is a fundamental operation of plane surveying, and it is one of the most important. This procedure marks the beginning of any building project or land development project that exists. Horizontal measuring is the first phase in every construction project, from the simplest home repairs to the most complex structures such as buildings, highways, and dams. This fieldwork report, the surveyor will get an understanding of surveying procedures and concepts, as well as some issues to keep in mind when taping flat and uneven terrain.
The objectives of this fieldwork are to develop the skills of taping the distance on a level ground where the tape is fully supported by the ground, and to acquire the skills of taping the distance on an uneven ground where the tape is only supported at the ends. In this fieldwork, we will need the following instruments and accessories to tape smooth or level and unlevel ground: range poles, measuring tape, and markers like chalk or marking pins. Without further ado, let's get started. Part 1. Taping over smooth or level ground. Number 1. The professor assigns the accessible and unobstructed course to be measured by the surveyor on a level ground. Number 2. Mark the endpoints by a chalk if it is on pavement or by a marking pin if it is on soft ground, and designate it as endpoints A and B. Number 3. A range pole man holds the pole vertically and steadily during the entire taping procedure at B to keep the complete taping process aligned and straightened. Number 4. The tape is stretched out on the ground on the straight path along A to B where the zero end is held ahead. Note that zero end is nearer B than A. The rear tape man is responsible for giving the signal to the front tape man if his path is straight, while the front tape man is responsible to pull the tape taut once the tape is aligned already. Number 5. The front tape man gets a pin and sticks it vertically in the ground exactly opposite the 0 meter mark of the tape. Number 6. Rear tape man holds one pin and the rest of the pins are held by front tape man.
Number 7. Both the front and the rear tape man lift simultaneously the tape and move forward along the line AB to measure the next tape length. By now, the rear tape man holds one marking pin which signifies one tape length. Number 8. The procedure 4 to 6 is repeated to complete the next tape length measurement. Make sure that the rear tape man pulls the pin before lifting the tape to move on to the next tape length. The rear tape man holds two marking pins to connote two tape lengths have been measured. Number 9. Repeat the same process until all the pins being held by the front tape man have been used up, which signifies one tally, wherein one tally is equal to 10 tape lengths. After a tally has been accomplished, the rear tape man returns all the 10 pins to the front tape man to proceed in measuring the length of the course. Number 10. Repeat the same procedure if more than one tally is needed. Upon reaching point B, the partial length must be measured accurately up to centimeters by the rear tape man while the front tape man is holding the 0 mark at B and both them are holding the tape taut. Number 11. The number of small pebbles in the rear tape man's pocket now indicates the number of tallies made, and the number of pins in his possession indicates the number of additional tape lengths.
Part 2. Taping over uneven ground. The first one is, the same course is measured, but this time the tape will be unsupported by the ground and must be held an eye level distance above the ground. The second step is, both the rear and the front tape man hold the plumb line over the center of the hub. The third step is, the front tape man must hold this plumb line an arm length away from his body for the rear tape man to clearly see if it is aligned in the range pole at B. The fourth step is, once the rear tape man approves the alignment, the front tape man holding the 0 mark pulls the tape taut and drops plumb bump on the ground. This will mark the ground with a dent to guide the front tape man where he must place his marking pin. The fifth step is, this is to be done continuously until point B is reached. Note that the partial length must also be measured as in procedure A. The sixth step is the course is measured back and forth to complete the number of trials required by the professor.
It takes a little effort to measure the distance between 2 points or establish a point ahead of a specific distance or course when the ground is reasonably level and smooth, and the ground cover vegetation is sparse and low. Taping on smooth level ground is a reasonably straightforward and affordable process that takes little time and effort. As a consequence, it is the most often encountered unit of distance measurement. It is susceptible to inaccuracies and omissions. Any misalignment of the tape, whether horizontally or vertically, will result in an error in the overall measurement. Misalignment always leads to an incorrectly recorded or lay offline distance, depending on the situation. The reason for this is that the straight line connecting 2 points is the shortest possible path.